again to the Zach Carpenter Coaches Show here on the BCHS Bear Network. I'm your host, Gary Ownbey. First off, we'd like to thank Mr. Winsroyer and the students here in the broadcast class for making all of our productions possible. You can see them on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube throughout the season there. Coach, we'd like to always start by having you introduce your special guest you brought today here, one of the Bears.
We got D. Reed, sophomore guard for us. He's the lucky guy that gets to draw the other team's best player, defensive stopper guy.
Yeah, well, that's good. And D, your size, how tall are you?
6 foot.
6 foot? And so you're the guy who coach says, you got to stop this guy, we're going to get beat. Is that the way you look at it? I mean,
Yeah.
you got to stop him. How do you find it's best to defend? Defend them on the ball or try to keep the ball away from them to start with? The no-catch thing we call it sometimes.
On the ball, but like if I'm playing like a great shooter that gets knocked down, then I'll try to keep him without the ball.
Yeah. Nothing feels better than to stop your guy or to force a turnover or take a steal, yourself and get out of there. Your background, basketball here at Bradley. Did you play basketball at middle school? Where was that?
Yes, I played 6th through 8th grade at Lake Forest.
8th grade at Lake Forest. Do you play other sports here at Bradley?
I played football this year, but I don't think I'll play again.
You played football at Lake Forest, didn't you, I think?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. When did you start playing? You've been playing for a lot of years, or?
In 5th grade.
5th grade. That's in elementary school. So where was elementary school for you?
Arnold Elementary.
Arnold Elementary. Okay, and you went to middle school at Lake Forest there. You play, I already asked about other sports there. Coach, let's talk about, since our last meeting, you've lost a couple of games to McMinn up there and at Walker Valley, a 2-pointer at Walker Valley, 3-pointer, I think, McMinn County. And all season long, I think we talk about it every single week. Defense keeps you in the games because you've lost some games, but only one game by double figures and none of the others by 6 points or more. So that's a tribute to your defense, I would think.
It is. These guys have done a great job of buying into the system we're running. We really want to have on-ball pressure and sit in gaps and keep the ball out of the paint. We always tell them the ball scores. And when we're on the road, defense travels.
Mm-hmm.
It may be an off-night shooting, but you should never have an off night defensively.
Right. And I don't think we've had many of those. We've had a lot of low-scoring games. And let me ask you about that. We were talking the other night on the radio, I guess. It seems to be a trend right now that there's a lot of low-scoring games. You see it a lot in the girls, but not so much in boys. Is that something that's the defenses are affecting, I guess? Well, is there just not that much offense, or there are no shooters, or what's the deal?
I think the later the season, you see a team for the second time, the scouting report gets a little better. Player tendencies better second time around.
Makes
so
sense.
It makes it a little more difficult. And then, there are times that, both teams will go through where they just can't make a shot, not finishing around the basket, things like that.
Well, as you say, though, defense should never slump.
That's right.
And you should never slump when it comes to trying to get a rebound. I know Dee's good at getting rebounds in there, too. We had our district postseason district meeting, I guess, or tournament meeting yesterday. This is being recorded Thursday morning. You got 3 Bears named to the all-district team: Aiden McCleary, Brandon Shamira, and Trevor Carpenter. 2 seniors and 1 junior, and I think they were all 3 represent the school well, and obviously you have to respect the coaches to be named that.
They did. They've had a nice year this year, and obviously got noticed by the other coaches, and they voted them on.
And the coach of the year, by the way, was Randy Casey at McMinn County in his first year as head coach there, and I think that was a very deserving honor for him.
It was.
He's got his team playing the number 1 in the district right now, and if they win over Raidenight, they'll be the outright champions. They'd have to lose both games tonight and Saturday against Walker, but it looks like that they're going to be crowned champions. And the Bears right now are locked into 4th or 5th or 5th or 4th or whatever, and we'll play Friday evening.
Friday, yes. I think it'll be the late game on Friday.
And we know that it's either going to be Cleveland or Walker Valley, we think.
It'll be one of the 2.
One of those 2.
Mm-hmm.
So
I believe.
I think that yesterday, and you've been to a lot of these meetings too, I guess you have. I've been to a ton of them. District tournament meetings where you try to schedule and see the teams, and boy, that was the most convoluted mess of boys. We had corn flips, we had 3-way corn flips. I mean, it was crazy there yesterday, and we still come out with only 2 teams, 6th and 7th place, locked into where they're going to be in a tournament play, and that's extremely unusual. But
it is. I didn't know what to expect going into it. I tried to figure it out in my head. I read the bylaws and coin flips, and they were saying head to head, and then it was odd man out on the coin flip, won the coin toss. So it was interesting.
Well, you've got Cleveland tonight at Cleveland. That's a big district game for both of you. Like we say, there's probably going to be 4 and 5, 5 and 4, whatever. least remains to be seen. You've already beaten Cleveland once. Saturday, you've got the game that we bumped from Friday to Saturday. It's going to be Senior Day, and that's a 3 o'clock tip-off for the boys. Girls will play proud of that, and the girls JV are proud of that. And then you've also scheduled another game, and a lot of teams don't want to play a game that close to tournament, but you're off a couple of days there before you have to play. You've got McCauley on the road.
We do.
That's going to be one of the toughest teams you've seen this year, especially when you look at how big they are.
They are. They have a big kid. I think he's about 7'1", 7'2", who's, I believe he's committed to play at Mercer. They've done a nice job this year. I think they're 19-1 overall. So it's going to be a tough road test for us.
But that's the kind of game you really would like to have as the last game of the year. You don't want to have a team that you're going to play that you can beat 30, 40 points when you need to learn something, and go out there and be knocked out of your comfort zone and be pushed hard to see what you do against a team at caliber. Because that's the kind of team, if you keep on winning down the road, you're going to see somebody like that. And you got to figure out what to do during stretch times.
I think we wanted to make our schedule tough. I think that only makes you better towards the end of the season, and that's what we did when we were going into the schedule, and we had to add those games. Is we want to make it as tough as we can on them, so that when it comes tournament time, they know how to react. They know what to expect.
Well, D, what would you like to be better at as a Bear basketball player?
Shooting the ball.
Shooting the ball. Would you like to shoot long range 3-pointers?
It doesn't really matter to me. It'd be nice to watch it go in sometimes, though.
Yeah. You think you're not shooting as well as you could or as you should, or I'd like to ask you these questions when the coach is around here to see what you're.
I don't know. Sometimes I don't even shoot the ball. So
yeah. Well, you don't take too many shots. You're not the scorer he looks to. But your job is to defend first and foremost. And tonight these Cleveland guys you're going to be playing against, you probably know everybody on that team. You probably played against them in middle school. They may be friends, and I don't know. But you guys, every time we play a crosstown rival, it's these guys. There's trash talking going on out there and stuff like that. And if I'm not mistaken, you've started every single game this year for the Bears since the day one, haven't you?
Yes, sir. And
you're a sophomore. The coach is the kind of guy you can build a team around. Hopefully, help build a team around.
It is. Dee's done a great job. He works at it. He brings it every day in practice. He brings it in the games, and those are the qualities that we're looking for.
Do you this time of year as a coach? Do you tone down your practices? It's the season. You've played 23 or 4 games already. Do you back off the amount of time you're practicing, or does it depend on when you're going to play next? I guess you're playing tonight, I know. You got another game in 2 days and a game 2 days after that, so you got 3 games in 5 days.
It depends. We still ramp it up pretty good there at practice, get after it. But there are days that we'll, go lighter on them, do a lot of skill development, things like that. Well, I don't ask him.
Yeah. What do you think? Is practice harder this time of year, early in the year?
I see it about the same. We do a lot more getting shots up now than as much running as used to.
Okay. Do you play AAU ball, by the way, during the summertime?
I do, but I don't think I'll play this year.
Okay. All right. Well, whatever it takes, Basketball is a team sport, but there's a lot of things you've got to do on your own as an individual. Whether it's ball handling, your shooting, that's totally up to you shooting. And ball handling is too, I guess. But
he and I are going to get real close in this off season with shooting. So that's one thing I told him the other day. We're going to get together every day and work on it.
Can you be a shooting coach?
I can.
Okay. Well,
you'll see a different D next year.
Oh, okay. Well, we look forward to that, D. You're doing a good job now. Obviously, he sees a lot in you. He started you every single game this year, and we don't have a lot of sophomores start every single game. Just to be honest about it, but and you've done a good job, especially defensive-wise. So keep up the good work, Coach. We wish you the best of luck tonight against Cleveland over there because you beat them once. It'd like to be nice to get a 2-game sweep this year.
It would. We're ready for it. Game plan's already in place. We're expecting a great environment over there tonight. Those are the environments you want to play in. Those games are a lot of fun. So it's going to be high energy. We're looking forward to it.
And you look back at some of the games we've played this year here at Brandon on the road, McMinn County, a great environment. Walker Valley, a great environment earlier this week. Cleveland, it's going to be that same way. And it's just fun for all of us. Media guys involved and fans get into it. Maybe a little too much into it sometimes. But that's part of the game and part of the fun of it.
It is. And we're expecting our students to come out like they always do and have a great turnout. BC Nation, they've done a great job all year, and we're looking forward to that again tonight.
Our fans follow us wherever we may go, and I'm sure they'll be there tonight. Until next time, we'll sign off for now. I'd like to thank again Coach Schroyer and his class here. I'd like to thank Coach Carpenter and Dee Reed for being with us again today in our programs here. Remember, now we play tonight at Cleveland. That's a 4-game set, beginning with the girls JV at 3:30. We will have the game Saturday, we get Brainerd. The boys will play at 3 o'clock, and that's a make-it game. That senior day was originally on the schedule for tomorrow night, Friday. It got bumped due to the weather, so we're going to play it tomorrow night as a doubleheader with the girls playing Knox Catholic. That'll be senior night. The girls play at 1:30. No JV boys. We have a girls JV at
12 o'clock.
12 o'clock, I think we'll be there. And Monday at McCollin, that's regular times with a
That'll be 5:30 JV, 7 o'clock tip for
5:30
us.
to 7 o'clock. So we appreciate Coach being here and Dean Reed as well. We enjoy having these shows here. And if you like those, just let us know about them. Watch them on Twitter, Facebook, or YouTube. Until next time, we'll say God bless for now, and go Bears!